The thing we've discovered about the House of Dior is they really nurture artists of all sorts, and it's really interesting today how important that is to them. And so it was a real pleasure to have that experience and be supported that way.
I had such a nice time watching the new look, and I learned much I did not know before. Todd, I feel like we see Christian and Coco at their most like humanized in their familial relationships with sister and nephew, respectively. Can you talk about kind of landing on that as the linchpin of the story?
Well, in terms of the linchpin, I think the desire was to portray these people and the things that mattered the most to them in a time of their lives where they were experiencing a 4-year-long Nazi occupation of where they lived in Paris during World War II. They didn't know at the time of the occupation how long it would last, and people's reliance on family and those relationships is really at the core of one's identity. So it's a very good place to begin to understand people and how they relate to what's most important to them, which is family in both of their cases.
Lorenzo, this is such a significant time for the House of Dior. Of course, it's like we're seeing its creation. How involved was Dior in the process of getting the materials, getting the dresses, the aesthetic that the show actually ends up having?
It was essential because what's interesting is so much has been written about Coco that was easy to find. Very few things have been written about Dior, only one by himself and really a biography that's quite great. But you needed the archives, therefore, to not only give a bigger picture of who this man was, but also when you take on a show that's renamed the very fashion show that he had, the new look that Carmel Snow bestows on it, you better get those dresses right. And it's helped us so much to have access to all the designs. They were very generous in that way. And they were also very generous creatively, which for us meant they didn't want to dictate. They didn't want to push us. They just said, do the best work you can do. And the thing we've discovered about the House of Dior is they really nurture artists of all sorts. And it's really interesting today how important that is to them. And so it was a real pleasure to have that experience and be supported that way.
Todd, Ben said that Maisie being cast as Catherine was something of a surprise, like that she wasn't someone that was thought of previously. Can you talk about what made her right for the role?
Well, as often happens in my experience, is that actors who have a deep passion and a desire to explore parts of their personality, parts of their life, parts of what they think of the world that they haven't had the opportunity to do before are, to me, the most exciting actors to work with because they're willing to step off into the unknown. And Maisie, having grown up on Game of Thrones, was sensational in that role, but was also taking time to choose her next role where she could really explore another part of who she is as a person and express herself. So when her interest came onto our radar, it was definitely intriguing to go and speak with her, and then led to a great creative collaboration, and super inspiring. So the desire for an actor to want to explore is something that we all are inspired by and feed off of in the process.
And then finally, Lorenzo, you have your hands in everything lately, and it is amazing. But I would like to know where your hands are going with Angel Manuel Soto's Transformers movie. What can you tell us about that?
We're waiting for the script is where we're going. Thank you for asking. We don't know yet, so we have to read a script. We don't have one yet.
Well, I cannot wait for that and for the world to see the new look.
Thank you.
And
amazing.
learn
Thank you.
everything I learned about Dior.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.